Hi, everyone, and welcome to Let's Talk About It. I am Shaylin, your host, and today I have Jess with me.
Hi.
Jess is a nail technician. Actually, you tell them about yourself.
Yeah, so I'm a nail tech and I started in 2020 and I work at a salon here called Nail Care. This isn't the first salon that I've ever worked at. Before I was working from home, but right now it's a salon and I kind of hope to move away from that soon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love this dynamic because I know. So basically, I reached out to Jess, and I wanted her on the podcast because it's a different dynamic. I feel like it's really cool that you work out of a salon. I worked out of salons for 3 years. I say salons because there was a couple in there. But I would love to get to know you and your story and all of that. So take me from the start, whenever, like a little bit before you started doing nails, how you got into doing it.
Okay, so I I mean I always looked at girls' nails and would critique how they looked
That's
and
how
I
it always
just
starts. You're
yeah,
critiquing. You're like,
that doesn't look right.
that shape is off.
Like I would hold them like up like to the side and just be like, see
Yeah.
this one's flat and this one's like bumpy, so that's not good.
Yeah.
So the first time I got my nails done though in a salon, they filed my natural nails so much. I was 14 and I couldn't even like do this on my nail. It
Ooh.
hurt so bad. But I'm an artist, so I used to always like draw little things on my nails. I had a little interest and it kind of just came naturally over the years. I remember in like 2018, I was like, I'm going to own a salon one day.
Yeah.
But I was like, but I need to learn how to do nails.
Yeah.
And I was always kind of scared to take that leap because where I grew up, like nobody is in the beauty industry.
Yeah.
So
Did you grow up here or where did?
I grew up in Italy for like 13 years. And then I moved to Connecticut in a very small, very, very small, like rich town. So
Yeah.
everybody's doing great things. Like
Yeah.
you're a lawyer, you're a doctor.
They're authors.
Yeah, but I like to do nails.
Yeah.
So in 2018, 2019, I got my nails done at Nail Care. And I was like, oh wow, so there's people here that know how to do nails. Like I can do that.
Yeah.
And I went to school and took a break though because I had children. But now I'm like going in
On your
hard.
grind.
Yeah.
So before that, were you just doing it like at home to practice?
Yeah, while I went to school, I was practicing on people for a very small fee. But I did notice that once I started taking the classes, like I picked it up much faster than everybody else.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, I can definitely do this.
Yeah. And so when you went to school, was it just like how was that process? Was it just for nails? Did you have to do anything else, or how did that go?
I had the choice of doing full esthetician, so like skin and nails, but I just wanted to do nails at the time. And and everybody always asks me advice about going to school, and it's definitely important to choose a good school, but regardless of what school you go to, I feel like most people who go to esthetician school will tell you the same thing. They barely taught them anything.
Yeah. You learn
So,
everything once you're done with school.
yeah, YouTube videos really, and I'm a visual learner, so if I can look at something, I can do the same thing.
Yeah. Yeah. That's really cool though. And now, how long have you been at nail care?
I think now it's been almost 4 months. Yeah, and I like it.
You like it?
I do. There's some services that I think when you're in a salon, you don't really want to provide. Like you'd rather just do what you love all the time. But I like the challenge of putting myself in a situation where sometimes I have to do things that I don't want to do.
Yeah. Oh, you're nothing like me. I hate doing that. I'm like, oh, I do not like doing this. This is going to be shit and ass.
I think you know what I'm talking about too.
Yeah. Are you? Yeah, I was just about to say, is it feet? But your nails are so out. So when I was like, okay, she agreed to be on the podcast, I started like looking through her Instagram and I was like, damn, this bitch is good. Like you are really, really good at nails.
Thank
really
you.
good. The shaping, everything, you could tell you're a perfectionist too, which is like, key points what people look for in a nail technician. So, I feel like you'd be so good with like acrylic toes.
No, I do really good job with acrylic toes. I
Yeah.
just don't like to
You don't,
wash the feet.
you don't like the pedicure.
Okay.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, I don't like the pedicure. I'm going to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
Some of you come with dirty feet.
Wash your feet before you step into nail care.
Like literally I'm looking under your foot and it's like globs of dirt.
Ew.
That's unacceptable.
Really?
Yes, that's unacceptable. Like you didn't even shower before you came here.
Ooh.
I know I have to clean, but like.
Or they could have at least actually used the bathroom and been like, let me.
I would. I think like if I ever own a salon, I'm going to have some wipes be like, if you need, here's a wet wipe.
Here you go. Give them a Clorox wipe.
Do you want to do it yourself? I don't really want to,
Oh my gosh. People are gross.
Yeah.
Is it more often like dirty than not? Or is it more often like cleaner than, because I feel like I am so, like when I know I'm getting my toes in, I'm like, oh, let me make sure, sometimes I don't even like, I'll wear socks. I'm like, I need these to be fresh and clean.
Yeah.
I even like shave my big toe to make sure, like for the pictures, I'm like,
Me too.
I don't want a hairy big toe for the picture.
Yes, I have hobbit feet for sure. But no one would ever know because I shave it.
Yeah.
All of it.
Yeah. I'm like,
yeah. No, there's been a few times that girls come in just rancid, like smelling so bad.
oh.
And some of them have been like, oh, I just got up from bed. Like my boyfriend was in bed. I'm like, you left the house smelling like that.
Like
you
that?
slept next to a man smelling like that.
And you would smell like that the whole time?
The whole time.
How does he smell? That's what I want to know.
Like, when you drink and then the next day you wake up and your breath smells like diarrhea.
Yes.
Like, that's what they smell like sometimes. And I'm just there like, is it me? And I go to the bathroom and I like smell myself. And I go back and I'm like, oh no, it's you.
It'll throw, yeah.
And I don't really know how to say it. Like, hey, I would love to find people that are more honest like me. Because what I would love to say is like, you smell like you haven't wiped your ass in a few days.
Yeah.
And we're all women here.
Yeah. Like,
so I think you should.
hygiene, baby. Mm-mm. Oh my gosh, that's gross. Oh gosh. Okay. Well, is it just pedicures that they make you do that you don't like, or is it other stuff?
Yeah, it's just the pedicures.
Pedicures.
When there's a fungus too, like you guys have seen like the nail technicians that will work over fungus and will make your feet look perfect. Like, I love to see that process, and I thought that I could do it, but sometimes you just get like a fungus that you're like, you gotta go to a doctor.
Yeah, like I'm not a doctor. There's no way.
Yeah, like and now like the more I've worked on them, I'm like, I refuse to ever touch a fungus again. Like that needs to be taken care of before you go in.
And try to come to get a service done.
Yeah.
Because it could also just make it worse, right?
Yeah, it can.
Yeah.
So I don't think I'll be doing that. I think also most of the reason why there's nail technicians that do it is because they can charge up.
Yeah.
Which I understand. Like I like money, but
do I like money that much?
Yeah, no. And then if something happens, then they can get mad at you, and I just take care of it.
No, that's so true. Do you I mean, you've been there for 3 or 4 months, but have you like met any friends? How are your coworkers around there? Like,
yeah, I like my coworkers. I mean, if I sense that somebody has like a negative vibe, I will just ignore them.
oh yeah.
I don't like to poke at the bear, like whatever the saying is.
Yeah, no, so true.
But yeah, I met a couple girls that I'm close with now. So that's nice to go into a job or like, especially now where everybody's working from home, I would much rather be around people.
Yeah. And then I feel like I've met the owner at Nail Care, but tell me about that. Like, tell me how it is working under someone and all of that.
Well, she's really nice.
Mm-hmm.
Like, she's very easygoing. She doesn't give us a hard time, which is kind of good because it makes you want to be accountable.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think that everybody can really achieve that as a boss. that can make an employee feel like, okay, I can't mess this up. Like I can't do this to her. But that's how I feel around her. And she runs it with her mom.
Yeah.
And I respect them greatly because running a business is not easy.
Yeah.
And dealing with all of these different personalities. I know that, you know, I haven't seen anything bad happen there, but I know that some things could happen. Conflicts could arise, and she handled it great. So I really don't mind working under her.
Yeah. When I met her, I think she was pregnant too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
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 Her son is so cute.
Oh, I'm happy for her. And it takes a lot to run. Are you doing booth rental or is it commission wise there?
Yeah, it's commission.
Okay.
I thought that maybe she would have had a booth rental, but she doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
And I've never tried that before. I would be interested to see how that could be.
Yeah.
But, you know, my fear is always, which I think everybody can relate to this. It's like, am I going to make money? Like, what if they don't come?
Mm-hmm.
You know, what if I have to spend more money to rent the booth and then 1 week is really bad? But, I mean, I just think it just takes just that leap of faith and like betting on yourself,
Mm-hmm.
which I think a lot of times is better.
Yeah. Yeah, that's so true. Do you feel like well, let me not get too ahead of myself. Let's talk about what like a typical day looks like for you at work. Are you fully booked or how does that work?
So I'll say that I'm not too sure if this is accurate, but I would think that there's maybe some dry spells in the beauty industry as well as every other industry.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's kind of when I came in, it was a little bit slower.
Yeah.
When I first went into nail care, which was now over a year ago, it was very busy. Like as soon as she put me on the schedule, I was getting booked. And now it's not like that anymore. A lot of times I will just bring people in that are looking for a service and I'll advertise online.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like you always have to promote yourself anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, and some loyal clients did follow me there from the time that when I was working at home.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, I've noticed that in the past couple weeks, I've been getting a few more bookings. I haven't been there as much, but I wanted to go back to the time where it was just book.
Constant booking.
Yeah.
Are you working like 5 days a week or is it part-time?
At first, I was working 7 days a week.
Girl.
There were days that I would be like, I'm just going to be off. But since I live 4 minutes away from the salon, they would call me in and I'd be like,
Yeah.
I'm going to go.
And you're like, it's more money.
Yeah, and it was. But, you know, I have 2 kids.
That's a lot.
Have to pick up from school and I can't do it anymore. So now I'm there. Sometimes I'll go in like 5 days a week, sometimes less, but I like the work-life balance much better this way.
Mm-hmm.
I just, you know, obviously if I want to be busier, I would have to be there more, but I'm kind of trusting that with time, people will just use the website to book.
Mm-hmm. Is it, are they getting your clients for you or are you mostly getting your own clients, like from what you have experienced being there the second time around?
I think a good majority of the clients that I've had have been people that I've brought in.
Really?
Especially that booked an appointment. Any other time is like, you know, you get sometimes like good sets that are just walk-ins,
Mm-hmm.
but that's not very common. The weekends is very busy, but sometimes I can't be there all the time, which kind of hurts. But yeah, I did bring in a lot of clients too, which I'm happy for because I really like them as people. Like they're really good people. So I also do want their business to do well, even though I want to like at some point possibly go into a different direction.
Yeah.
I do want them to do well.
Yeah. And it just sucks because I feel like salons in general they're taking like a little bit of a I don't know which word to choose, but you know, it's just because so many girls now are going on their own and then their clients follow them. Like once you like have those loyal people, they're going to go where you go. Yeah. So it does suck. And a lot of the reputation of just going to nail salons, of little things, you just hear stories, whether it's on TikTok or Instagram. So It sucks. It really does. How many girls though are working there?
I think 8, but
That's quite a few too.
they won't be there all the time. Like
Mm.
sometimes it's just 2 people there in one day.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, and then other times it's like 4 or 5. But like I said, it just hasn't been as busy as I used to remember it.
Yeah.
The commission does suck. Like I'm not gonna lie,
Yeah.
because like 40% of everything you make is is going to the salon owner, which I get it, it's business, but that's why a lot of them leave.
Yeah. Do their own thing and stick it out that way. What is there a chance to go up on commission, or that's just what it is?
That's just what it is. It's 60/40, but she did start with 50/50 when I think she first opened. Now it's 60/40, and of course, like the tips you keep, but why don't girls like to tip nail techs?
Yeah,
They don't like to do that.
really.
Yeah, a lot of times it's like maybe $3, $5, or just
Girl.
nothing. Hmm. And I'm so jealous of lash techs because like they'll charge like maybe probably starting price 120 for just for 2 hours of work,
Yeah.
like minimum. And I'm like,
Yeah, like
yeah. But I mean, we're getting also, how like there's been the undoing of the BBL era.
mm-hmm.
I think there's also been going on in the nail industry. Like girls used to want like these long, extravagant nails,
Yeah.
and now everybody wants French.
And everybody wants to be like in their soft girl clean era. I've been in that era for like years.
Yeah.
So I can't even I've been in that era.
That's good.
So I feel that. Do you ever feel like you're just gonna stick with nails, or do you ever like want to branch out?
So I do want to stick with nails, but I think that I'll be more on the business side of things.
Mm-hmm.
I grew up with a father who's an entrepreneur, so I'm really motivated by money. Like I love the artistry of nails, but I really, I like to think bigger.
Yeah.
So I have some plans of how I can do that, and at this point in time, it won't be a salon anymore.
I
It'll be something
literally,
else.
when you say that, it's crazy because that's literally what I said as soon as I got here. Like everyone, my clients and, just people who have seen the place are like, oh, you could have somebody working here. And I'm like, I don't think so. I just don't think so. Maybe possibly in like once I hit my first year, I may get someone like just under me to do what I can't do. But am I going to have like 4 or 5 girls in here? I don't think so. Not unless like plans completely change and I have to move.
Yeah.
But I just when it comes to, because I used to manage my last shop that I was in, and when it comes to managing, it's more like you have to motivate people, you have to push people when someone doesn't come to work and things like that. So I could see where you're like, oh, business wise, I rather just take over that aspect. And then since you know about nails so much, then it goes hand to hand with like business, nails, nail business.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I've also thought about offering classes too.
Yes.
A few classes here and there, because I feel like when I went to school, I went to Parisian Spa Institute.
Mm-hmm.
It's a shit school.
Yeah.
It's horrible. Like they do not know how to run it. The teachers don't know how to teach. Yeah. They have no patience, and they don't help you succeed. They don't. Like you'll go in not knowing anything and you'll leave knowing absolutely nothing. So I would see how sometimes, like while we were practicing with the acrylic beads, like how one of the girls would be messing it up.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at the teacher like, you know how to do this. Like you should know how to tell her to fix it.
Yeah.
It's very easy steps.
But you're just lazy.
Lazy and jealous. Oh. Everybody that's gone to Parisian will tell you. It's almost like these older women are jealous of like the younger generation just because we just have this talent.
Yeah.
And we want to get better. And they're like, no, don't do this. Don't do it like that.
And it's also the ambition. I feel like they look at it and they're like, oh my God, like this young thing, and she's got her whole life ahead of her. She can she can
like,
do what
"You
I wanted to do,
insolence."
basically. Yeah. Which is so sad because they're educators. Like, that's what you want to do, which is crazy. I think you would make a really good teacher, though.
You think so?
Yes. Heck
Maybe I learned
yes.
patience from my kids, because before that I was not very patient. But it's just, they just don't know what they're doing, and they're there for a paycheck. They don't have the passion.
Yeah.
And even when they say, like, I'm so passionate about it, like, you look at their hands or their hair or their lashes, whatever it is that they specialize in, and you're like,
Are you really, though?
are you really? Because that looks bad.
Yeah. And so for our next segment, I have a game for you. So we already have taken a shot, but basically in this game, I'm going to be asking you some random questions about the self-care industry, and you either choose to answer them or to drink. So to take a shot. If you take a shot, I take a shot.
Okay.
So we're going to be at each other's level. It'll be good.
Okay, good.
It'll be fun. So let's start off with the most embarrassing thing that you have done in front of a client.
I mean, probably, like, you're talking and then
Yeah. Yeah.
little spit comes out by accident. You're like,
You're like, oh my God.
try to play it off.
You
Like,
don't even want to say sorry.
you're like, as I was saying.
Let me gather myself.
Yeah.
Okay, that's funny. That's a real one for sure. Who is a family or a friend that you regret doing a service for?
I love her, but my sister-in-law was not paying me for like 2 years.
Really?
Yes, now she pays.
Yeah.
But she'd be like, I'll do your waist beads. I'm going to do waist beads, and I'll do a reading. And I have only gotten one waist bead. I have still waiting. No, I think I'm still waiting for my reading. No, I got one reading. Yeah.
Ooh, so she's like into, did she, wait, hold on. Pause the game because I'm really into all of this. And I'm trying to know who your sister-in-law is because I want a reading.
Yeah, I'll send her to you. She's really good.
Yeah, send her to me. I really I'm into all that.
Yeah,
so.
But I didn't listen to her advice, and like I knew I should have.
You should.
That's how good she is.
Yeah, it was to that point where you're looking back and like, damn, that bitch was right.
Yeah, and I'm like, she was right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, send me your stuff. Don't forget. I'm gonna remind you if anything.
Oh yeah, no, I won't.
What's the most embarrassing thing that a client has done in front of you? You got a lot. Them smelly girls.
It's the smelliness.
That's embarrassing in itself.
The stank.
Mm-mm.
Oh my God. If I tell this story, she'll know who she is. So I won't.
Shot. Cheers. That's starting to hit.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Because I did a podcast episode before this, so I've already been drinking. So I'm like, ooh.
I'm kind of a heavyweight, especially if I drink water.
You know how I know you are? I can tell as soon as you sat down.
Really?
I could tell, yes, because your demeanor. You're very calm. You have such a calming presence to you.
That's crazy. I feel like people who've known me for a long time would never say that, but maybe I have changed.
You know what? Maybe it's like well, guys, this is the first time that me and Jess meet each other. So this is my first impression. We're definitely going to be doing each other's services and stuff. So you'll hear more about Jess. Me and Jess are going to do something together. But no, you're calming. It's very like, I don't know. And you know how you said you're direct.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, no,
I think
like
the kids.
You're like, the kids have calmed me down.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm learning how to
gather,
tame them, and also
the way she did that, I just know she be gathering them kids.
I'm raising them the 90s way.
I love that.
This gentle parenting shit does not work. It does not work. Baby, do you want this or not? No, if you don't eat, you go to bed. Go.
Yes. We did not have options when we were younger.
No.
It was either eat or go to sleep.
Literally.
Go to sleep hungry.
Yeah, and go the fuck outside.
Yeah.
They're always outside.
Mm-hmm.
And then if they hit each other, whoever started it, I'm like, hit him back. Because stop crying to me. Especially the oldest, he's so sensitive. He'll be in a chokehold, and I'm like,
Yeah. He's like, Mom.
Now kick him.
You're like, fight to the fittest.
Literally.
Oh my gosh. Wait, hold on. Do you ever plan on having more?
Not now.
Not now, but maybe later.
Maybe maybe later. I want to have way more money because I want nannies now.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I feel that. Who is someone in the self-care industry that you are not fond of? So it could be anyone, like a hairstylist, anything. You don't got to say no names though, girl.
It's not a name. I can give details, and I
Yeah,
kind of want you guys to tell me if I was wrong.
Okay.
Okay,
Because
so
I will.
when I went back to nail care,
Mm-hmm.
and it wasn't a lot of clientele, I offered the owner to, do some advertising on Facebook and Instagram and stuff like that. And she agreed, and we came up together with a good special to offer. So I took a screenshot of the nail page. I scrolled down a little bit to find, the best nails that were popping out.
Yeah.
And I put it on a Facebook group that we were doing the special, come to nail care. And one of the girls that used to work at nail care said, that's my work on the page. That's false advertisement. And I was like, well, it is the page of the salon. And what you do is something that we also offer.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like I'm trying to mislead people that you're there, but I want people to know that we can do this work.
Wait, does she, at this point when she commented, is she still working?
No.
She's not working. Okay, gotcha.
And I just felt like, so she said something else. So I say, I will message you privately.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm a problem solver first.
Yeah.
So I was like, hey, do you want us to just take your work down?
Like, what do you want? Girl, what do you want?
Because if it's false advertising to screenshot our nail salon's page to advertise a service, then it's also false advertising if they go on the page and see your work and you're not there anymore. So I was like, we can take it down.
Yeah.
And I was talking to her, professionally, because I feel I just don't like to have these conversations in a casual tone because that can be misconstrued.
Absolutely.
So now that's another problem. Like, girl, don't talk to me with that professional tone. Like, and I guess I had messaged her like months ago, like, hey girl, like you do nails. Like, that's great. Like I do too.
Yeah.
And she's like, talk to me like that. And I was like, well, I guess, I said what I said. I hope you have a wonderful day.
Ew, she sounds so annoying. Let me tell you. So the last place I worked at, no, we're going to cut that out. Let me tell you, one of the places I worked at still use my videos and my reels, not my reels. They make their own reels, but it's like my work, my pictures, to promote themselves. And at that point, like, yes, when I first saw it, I got a little bit like, I was like, oh my gosh, they're still using my stuff. Like, but number one, you sign a contract, baby. When you're in a salon, you sign a contract. So whatever you do in there or whatever like you do while you're there and you post and you allow them to post, they can always post. That is now their content. That's business. That's business 101. That is their right to post. So number one. Number two, I had to gather myself. I would never reach out to them though and be like, take this down. I think a little bit a part inside of me, I was like, you guys keep using my stuff. Like, that's false advertisement. That's my work. So like, that's how I felt, but I would never reach out because at the end of the day, like, I'm so confident in myself that I'm like, oh, well, if they go over there, they're not going to find it. They're going to find it over here.
Yeah.
Honestly, no, you're not wrong. You're not wrong at all because at the end of the day, like, as frustrating as it is, you don't have any rights. You don't have any rights. When you're working somewhere, they can use your pictures for as long as they want. That's their right now.
I mean, I tried to look at it from every angle possible.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that the reason why, this is a possibility, that the reason why she really doesn't want to take the work down is because it still helps her get clients.
Well, and like, you really have to think about it. Like, this is me saying this now months into my business where before I probably wouldn't have said this. Before I probably would have been like, oh my God, they're still posting her work. That's, you know, but no, girl, you signed off. That's what they can post now. That's just what it is. The best that I do is sometimes I post it on my story again. I'm like, me too.
And I think, like I said, that's why she liked it up. And when I said we can take it down, she said, oh, if I wanted it down, I would ask her. So you don't want it down because it's not false advertising when somebody goes on our page and scrolls down and finds you, and then they find that you're a different location. So that's still beneficial to you. So even if I did post you and they go on the page and they see that you did that, they're still going to go to you.
Drink if you have ever been a difficult client.
I don't feel like I've been difficult because if they look bad, I'm going to tell you. And if you think that's difficult, that's on you.
Yeah, that's not difficult. Well, I mean, tell me your story, your worst story that you've.
It's between the duck almond nail and the time in Connecticut when I went with my mom and maybe this one. Okay.
Pour out the shot. Pour out the shot.
Yeah.
Wait, so you were with your mom in Connecticut?
Yeah, I was like, let's go get our nails done. And I wanted them curved at the time.
Mm-hmm.
But I wanted
like the
them
long curved?
Like,
yeah.
But I wanted them sculpted, which doesn't work. So I made her put a sculpture on my finger and like angle it down. Mm-hmm. And then she's like piling on the acrylic because I'm like, more. And, it comes off and like the acrylic is like, but like under my finger.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. That's how much it was.
Yeah. And I asked for it. But when my mom was upset about her nails and went back, I was like, yeah, I don't like them either.
Oh, that's when you said you were like, oh, okay, full circle. You're like, suck mine off too.
And she's like, you told me to do them like this. And I was like, I don't like them. Take them off now. Thank you.
Jess, you're fucking funny. Okay. I like that. Cheers.
Cheers. God, it reminds me of my ex.
The drink?
Yeah, he always drank Crown Apple. Like every other day, like, let's drink some Crown Apple.
Motherfucker was happy as fuck to drink some Crown Apple.
He was Mexican. He loved to drink.
That's funny. Which industry has the worst customer service?
In the beauty industry?
Or like self-care industry.
Self-care industry. I don't think it's lashes because when I got my lashes done, I fell asleep.
Yeah. Did you have a good experience?
Yeah. It's like,
I'm going to ask you so many questions, but I'm going to hold that off to the end. I'm like, who'd you go to?
Oh, I'll tell you. Let's see. Honestly, probably nails. I think nails.
You're the third person to say that.
Yeah. It's very easy to like project whatever you're going through on a client.
Yeah.
I've seen people do that. I've almost done that.
Yeah.
And, maybe I wasn't rude, but I was just like, usually I'm very bubbly. Like, I like to talk to people, get to know you, like, tell me about your life.
Yeah.
But then sometimes it starts off and I'm like, I don't want to talk.
Yeah.
But I've heard of girls being rude, and I've had rude nail techs. Like, like you said, like they're just hurting you, and then you're like, you're hurting me. And they're like, no, I'm not. Yeah. Like they're just combative.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And out of all the services, or out of all the self-care services, which one do you feel like the world could live without, or you yourself? Out of everything.
I feel like I could live without lashes.
I was like, she say lashes. We ain't changing services no more.
But I want lashes. Like I want.
Yeah.
But nobody's done them the way I like them.
Really?
But when I looked at your page, I was like, hold on. I think I found someone.
Yeah, no, you found me. I got you, girl.
Yes.
You just show me a couple pictures. We got this.
But then it's like, I don't know. I don't even know if I can really say that because now the press-ons that people have are really good.
Yeah.
So if I find a good press-on, I could live without acrylics too.
Yeah. Okay, that's true. I feel like and especially like I could see what you're saying with lashes because I really really like my bare face. Like I love lashes, but I love my bare face. Like I love just like that, and I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
ooh, it's giving, girl. It's
Yeah.
giving. You look 12, but it's giving. Like I like it. What is your biggest pet peeve in the industry? In the nail industry?
Mm-hmm.
I already know she's gonna say dirty ass feet.
Yeah, okay, it's kind of like an abstract answer.
Okay.
Feeling like I'm a servant. I don't like that.
I know what you're saying. I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's like, I think that's why I talk to my clients a lot, because I don't like to just feel like whether I'm like up here on a table or down here on a pedicure chair, that I'm just like,
Yeah. Like, how can I help you?
yeah,
Yes. That's how I felt when I was doing pedicures. I was like, I
yeah,
hate this shit. Yo, people looking down on me. Like, I don't know. And I feel like some people feel superior to you
they do.
when they're like paying for the service. They
Yeah.
feel very superior, and I don't like that.
That's why I have like, I have so much respect for those private techs that charge a lot. Like I envy them,
Mm-hmm.
not in like a
Not a
malicious
bad way.
Yeah, like I envy that. Like I really want that, because now it's like, you're gonna pay this
Yeah.
instead of like, please,
Yeah.
it's only $50. Like,
Please help me. Can I take a photo, please?
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I won't do men pedicures.
Yeah.
I don't want to be
Yeah.
like looking up at you, like, and men are nasty. Like I know they're just like, how would a dick look like by your face? I feel like I got.
Bitch, they're comparing their foot into your face.
You're like scrubbing it, like massaging it. Oh, the massage
Yes.
part. Like I'm just like,
You know what? You know what helped me? I shifted my mindset because like at first I really did feel like that. A lot of the times, especially because like I have a very very like bubbly like hi, you know, I have like that type of personality, and I've always had that. So I feel like it's very easy for people to be like, you know, like,
yeah,
oh, okay, like, yeah, I could walk over this little girl.
yeah,
So, I changed my mindset a lot. Like, it got to the point where I'm like, oh, you know, like, sometimes I would feel drained, or I'll go home and I'm like, oh, I just feel like such a peasant, like such a servant to some people. But once I changed my mindset to, like, kind of feeling like I knew what I was doing, like, in a sense where it was just even just like, verbally, like before I'd be like, can I take a picture please, it was more like, hey, so we're gonna go ahead and take a photo. I'm gonna have you look at the phone like this. I'm gonna have you, you know, stare for this spoolie. And it's like, I'm still super bubbly, but I'm very like, I got the power. Like
yeah.
I'm more like, all right, like, yeah, we can do this, but like, all right, we're gonna go ahead and do this like this, and like
Yeah.
this like that. So it helped me a lot, because at first I was like, how am I supposed to take control? And that's what like my first person taught me, because I would even just taking them back, I'd be like very like, hi, I'm gonna be doing your lashes today. My name is Shaylin, you know, and it was just
Picking out your eye boogers if you have any.
yeah, like I'm just like, hi.
I've heard that's a thing.
I'm like, what can I do for you? Yeah, it is. Oh, it is. But you know what? I never judge people on that. Just I judge more like dirty lashes, but like eye boogers, I'm like, girl, you can't help, it's fine. I'll wipe it myself, because I cleaned their lashes before. So I'm like, girl, hold on, because the picture's not gonna look good if we have that in there.
But I really like lash services though. I feel like they're so luxurious, because wasn't it that at some point it was only celebrities that were getting them?
Yeah,
So I like that.
yeah,
Everybody can get nails.
yeah,
You want Khloe Kardashian's nails? $60.
yeah.
Okay.
But I love waking up and feeling like cute, or like just like going home and like you can take off all your makeup and you still look good.
Yes, that's why I love lashes. Like
Like,
you
you
don't
just
need
look
makeup.
good.
You're just like this doe-eyed Bambi,
Yeah,
beautiful bitch.
you're
Like,
just like, God, but I'm so fucking pretty. Like, like I don't care about nobody. And then when they last,
how do you feel about the like heavy?
because You know, everybody has their certain styles. I'm not gonna dog on nobody, but girl, I don't do that. Don't come to me if you want that. Don't play with me. Don't play on my time. I'm an educator as well. I'm an educator as well as an artist. So I'm not ever gonna put something that's harming your eyes. The ones that are like very, very full, very, very long, they're going to damage your lashes.
Yeah.
Like it's just not healthy. I don't go over 18 millimeters.
Okay.
So I have like a set thing, and like I have to sometimes enforce rules on people. They're like, your lashes last so long though, can I still come? I'm like, if we get to that point. And also, so my whole thing is like I've built my brand off of retention.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, I'm a person that you get your lashes done by me. I know I can guarantee that you're gonna go home and they're gonna last. I'm like, you're good. They're gonna last. They're like, can I wash it? You can wash it. You don't have to wait 24 hours. Like I'm very confident in what I do.
I'm coming back.
Yeah. So you're not gonna go home and they're not gonna just fall out and all that. Like I'm very confident in that. So that's why I don't do long lashes, because they're gonna end up like, imagine like a baby lash like this, and then imagine me putting something like this on top of it. That's what was
done to me.
And it'll fall
immediately. Like I would go home and I'm like, and then like, oh, that's my whole lash attached there.
You know what a good tip is though? You can do like a whole bunch of you're not short lashes, but short or medium, and then do wispies that are long. Like if you want that long look, that's what I'll do to people. But I'm not doing like full on 25 millimeters.
Yeah, so it's probably because the money's higher when they do that, because not a lot of girls do lashes like you, like more natural. And that's what I love.
What's the story behind your least favorite client? So it has to be someone that's like currently coming to you.
She's not coming anymore, I don't think. But
when was her last time?
Like a month ago.
Okay, we can tell that story.
So she wanted curved nails. Mm-hmm. She showed me how she liked them. She said on one hand, she liked them thicker. So I was like, in my mind, I'm like, okay, let me just pile it on and I'll like take it off. And then when I get to a good point and she wants me to stop, I'll stop.
Yeah, that's smart.
So she's like, oh, that's too thick. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to take it off. Tell me when to stop. Okay, stop. Then she wanted like coffin, and it's already a curved nail. So I'm making it coffin, and she's like, oh, I'm already knowing like I'm going to like these two better than these ones. So I'm like trying to like make them all as similar as I possibly can. Mm-hmm. And also while not understanding her directions, because she could not articulate how she actually wanted them. You have to be very literal when it comes to nails.
Yes.
Like, do you like them more narrow here? Do you like them wider? Do you like them thicker here? Do you like the apex? Do you like them flat? Like, none of that was said to me. The thing that made it worse is that she brought in her goddaughter to the salon, who was 4 years old, and her mother. The little girl was fine. Mm-hmm. Like, she was not being bad at all. Compared to my boys, like, she was not being bad at all. And they just kept, like, hitting her. Not even, like, pop. Like, that's how I'll pop my son. Like, give me your hand.
Yeah.
They're, like, beating her.
Oh.
And I'm feeling bad at this point. Like, I'm taking her to the pedicure chair. She also got a fungus from a different salon. So I'm, like, doing everything I can to, like, bring her foot back to life.
Yeah.
And this little girl, she's touching my stuff, but I don't really mind it because it's not things that I actually need.
Yeah.
She's getting more mad than her own mother. Her own mother was just sitting there like,
yeah.
Like, I at some points I thought that she had stopped breathing.
Yo.
Some of the noises she was making, I'm like,
she good?
Is she okay? Like, so I'm like, hey, like, do you want to help me sweep here? Like, take this broom and sweep.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm doing everything I can to like spare her from the beating that I know she's going to get.
Yeah.
Like, for no reason, because you don't bring a 4-year-old to a salon, because we were there for hours. Like, she had fungus. Yeah. It takes a long time. So at some point, I think she either spilled something or just did something very innocent that a 4-year-old child will do. And not the mother, again, my client was like, take her to the bathroom and give her a good whooping. I'm like, I'm tense at this point. Like, I don't like seeing a child be treated like that.
Right.
I understand discipline. This was far from discipline. Like, you don't teach a 4-year-old how to act at 4 in a salon where they're not even supposed to be there. There's moments where you can teach them these things. That was not it.
Right.
Takes her to the bathroom, and I can hear her hitting her. Oh. And I'm sitting in like one of the pedicure chairs at the front.
Yeah.
And then she's crying, and I'm just there like, and the lady that I was serving, she's like, Jess done tried to spare you long enough. Dang. And I was just like, I never want to see you again.
Yeah.
One of her nails ended up like breaking or popping or something. Her nails were also very damaged already. Like, she should not have gotten nails. And one of the red flags that I should have picked up on, she was like, my previous nail tech fired me.
Yeah.
So then she wanted to come back. I was going to do her, but I had to leave. So one of my coworkers was supposed to take care of her. And she's like, oh, I love her. Like, y'all will be my new nail techs. And then she never showed up again. And I'm very glad because when she did come, she had the child, and everybody could see like she was treating the child very poorly.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Poor little girl.
Yeah, don't bring your kids. Yeah. Especially if you're going to just be hitting them because you want them to learn.
Yeah, like that's not how they're going to learn.
No, I offered to turn the TV on for her. She was like, no, she needs to learn. I'm like, she's 4.
Yeah. She's not going to learn right now.
No.
She's not going to learn in 2 hours, bro. That's sad. Well, I'm sad we have to leave this off on a sad note. Do you want to take another shot? Yeah. I was like, damn, that was sad.
My bad.
I'm like, that was sad for a little girl. But while we wait for our last shot, do you have anything else to say while we're here?
No, I mean, just I hope that like, you know, from the few things that we talked about, that somebody can watch this and kind of anticipate some of the issues that they might encounter in the nail or lash or self-care industry.
Yeah, just in general.
Yeah. And be motivated by the fact that like if something does happen, like we've all been there, and just it's important to just keep pushing, because one day you'll be working at a chop shop, but the next you might be, you know, running a podcast, like teaching. You know?
It happens. Right. Cheers. Alrighty. Well, thank you, Jess, so much for coming today, for taking time out of your day. I had such a good time talking to you.
Me too. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, no, seriously. Like, I'm really happy you came, and, you know, you just shared your experience. I feel like you're just raw and real and calm and collective, and we needed that. So
I'm glad. Thank you again.
And you guys, I will link Jess's nail page down below so you guys could check her out or book appointments with her, or even just book teachings with her, because she's gonna educate soon.
Yes, it's coming.
Yes. And if you want to be on the next podcast, or you know someone who does, you can definitely message me on the email below, or use the website below to enter yourself. Or if you have any horror stories that you want to have mentioned on Let's Talk About It, then you can go ahead and send that over as well. Thank you so much for being here with us, and we'll see you soon.